Alright, picture this. It's the last lap of the Daytona 500. The Daytona 500. The most important race, arguably the best race in NASCAR history every single year. You're in your NASCAR, going 200 miles over. Alright? And you're right next to Dale Earnhardt. Inches away from you hitting him or him hitting you. Going into the grass or going into a wall, tumbling, and just going into a blaze of glory. Or you're only moments away, inches away, feet away, yards away from being crowned the next Daytona 500 winner. What's going through your mind at this point? Am I going to hit Dale? Is he going to hit me? Am I going to wreck? Am I going to crash? Am I going to die? Am I going to see my family again? That's what goes through a NASCAR racer's mind every time they get in that stock car. Alright? And today I'm going to talk to you guys about the truth behind NASCAR. Not no dirty lie or a white lie or the actual truth. The finer details behind NASCAR, what makes it a real sport and makes it a harder sport than anything like the NFL or NBA. The cost of driving. Sponsorships are a big thing in NASCAR. Of course, you get paid from sponsors, but you've got to buy into that sort of thing. Okay? Sponsorships don't just come to you. You have to go to them. And you have to pull out a little bit of money for that. In Hagstorm's The NASCAR Way, the business that drives the sport, sponsorships are a huge thing. Saying that we need to have sponsorships to make any money off NASCAR. It also talks about maintenance upkeep. How much it costs to keep a car running and keep the car going as much as it can. He also talks about pay grades for pit crews. Pay grades for pit crews are crazy. Okay? You have to have people that are there to look after the car just 24/7 to make sure that car is ready to go each and every Sunday. What's going to happen when you get thrown into the wall? You get your framing ripped off, or you get your whole engine and transmission ripped out, or by God, just all of those things happen, and all you have left is a roll cage that you just drug across the concrete. That car's got to be ready by next Sunday. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you want your sponsorship to survive and your NASCAR team to thrive, you better have that car back on that pavement by next Sunday. And who are you going to pay to do that? That's where your pay grade for your pit crew comes in. Your crew chief and your sponsorship, your manager. And not just to talk about the millions it is for an entry fee to get a team into NASCAR. No redneck hillbilly is going to come off the side of the street and say, hey, I want to race NASCARs. You better have that dough when you come in there, boy, or you ain't racing nothing. Physical readiness. In Center B's NASCAR's 50 greatest drivers, they always talk about how the drivers have to stay in shape. The greatest drivers don't just come in there, big ol', I'm going to eat me a McDonald's hamburger before I go in here. No, they got to stay in shape. Because if not, they could die. And it is the biggest part of driving. It is a 2 to 3 hours. They take 2 to 3 hours each day driving in a car. A stock car going 200 miles per hour. And the G-force is up to their body's limit. So think about this for a second. Say, just me, for example. No training at all. Gets in a NASCAR just like that today. And he's going 200 miles per hour. You think I will be able to handle the G-force? Because I know for a fact you wouldn't if you haven't had any training. You will not be able to handle the G-force. The G-force will compress on you to make you pass out and just go, man. You will just be gone and dead to the world. But if you do have the training, you won't end up like me, slamming straight into that wall and putting my life at risk, just like Dale Earnhardt did. He got slammed into the wall, the smallest little bit ever. Got his neck broken. Physical readiness is a huge part of NASCAR. Last thing that comes with it is risk. All right, NFL players get hurt all the time, but it's nothing like being in a car wreck on the last lap of an Atlanta Motor Speedway race that I witnessed myself, or even at Bristol in Tennessee. Okay, Harvick, the ghost of NASCAR, and the Harlem Boys and the first Daytona 500, he said in there, "You would not believe how Dale Earnhardt died. You've seen wrecks, crazier wrecks than what Dale Earnhardt went through. I encourage you to look it up if you have time. But he just went straight into the wall, not even that big of a hit, and had his neck broken. The risks come just like that. You can be thrown into the cage and just your roll cage ripped to shreds and you just be dead. Okay? You only have one bad move and that's all you get. And just a way to say it, death is one turn away. Going left or going right. You get in that stock car, you better be ready to take the risks that come with it. So basically, in conclusion, it's not just driving. NASCAR is way more than that. NASCAR is a sport and is probably one of the most hardest sports out there. And you gotta look into the smaller details. Of course, NFL players have to go through sponsorships and stuff like that, but it's nothing like what NASCAR drivers have to. NFL players get it given to them. NASCAR drivers got to get out there and work for it. And it should get more credit than what it receives. Because this sport is the most dangerous sport out there. And if anybody needs to go against that, you just look up a bunch of wrecks from NASCAR's greatest wrecks and the greatest drivers that sat in those stock cars dying from those wrecks. Thank you.